Well, it ain't Sunday, but we're here to bring you the gaming news because, goddamn, we have a lot of breaking news from literally just today. It's Byron, it's Slade. We're back at it again. And
so we got a lot of shit to cover today. Honestly, this is kind of just going to be the good, the bad, and the severely ugly. Holy shit.
Yeah. Let's start off with the good that we saw today, Slade, which was we got a new Nintendo Direct. It was announced on Monday that we were going to get a Direct today for the second trailer for the Mario movie, which, as you can see on screen, look who we got. We got Donkey Kong revealed for the very first time.
That's right, and it's just him slapping the shit out of Mario in the trailer.
Yeah, it is him literally beating the crap out of... Yeah, look at that. Boom, 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 boom. You know people are going to fucking make memes, GIFs, all that stuff. According to Miyamoto during the Direct, this is the first redesign of DK since the move to 3D, and it's a combination of his modern design and his new and the old school design, which I think doesn't look too bad, honestly.
Yeah, so a lot of good stuff to love about it. Yoshi's were finally confirmed to be in the movie as well, which is great.
We got Yoshi's. We have coins. We got the reveal. We got to hear Anna Taylor. Yeah, is it Anna Taylor-Joy or Anna Joy Taylor?
Honestly, I forgot the voice actress's name for Peach, but yeah, she honestly seemed like she was doing a really good job too. I actually think pretty stellar. I think the animations look pretty. Like I like the part where like she had the fire flower or whatever. I thought that was hella cool.
I'm still gonna say it. I don't think. I think Mario and Peach look. They don't look great in my opinion.
I think that's fair. I don't think they look close enough to like how they look in the games, but I think that's probably a directive like choice.
But look at Luigi. They got Luigi.
Luigi's fine.
They got Luigi just fine though.
And they got Bowser more than fine too.
Bowser's fine. We apparently have Cranky Kong in this fucking...
I don't think Peach is that bad. I think Peach is fine. I think Mario to me is where like I have the biggest problems, but...
Yeah, and if you see on screen, it looks like we got fucking Funky Kong in this.
That's right, I
saw people be like, yo, Funky Kong's fucking back?
And it's not just Funky Kong. Kiddy Kong's there too.
Yeah, apparently, which is the fucking craziest thing.
Yeah, holy shit, this movie's going deep.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people aren't going to like this. This movie is probably just going to be like, hey, it's going to be your kids movie that has some adult jokes that we'll go over, has references for all the gamers, and it's your get the crew together to beat the big bad guy adventure. Which, considering how Detective Pikachu flopped, probably Nintendo was like, yeah, let's do something a bit more like normal, or quote unquote normal. But yeah, still no. Do we have I think we have an exact date, but I know we have at least like an April date for the movie.
Yeah.
But looks fine. It's gonna be your typical video game property movie nowadays, which is like it's good. Which you couldn't say that even 5 years ago. Early prediction, this will win Best Adaptation, Keeley's Game Awards 2023.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree there. Honestly, the movie looks really good. I think all the issues we have with it, they're like minor at the most. Really, it's just Chris Pratt as Mario, but that's a horse that's been beaten to death. And
we also got less cringy direct intros from Anya Taylor-Joy and Seth Rogen. They weren't as cringe as Chris Pratt's.
Probably because Seth Rogen's probably actually a fan of video games.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Chris Pratt's just like, Damn, dude, don't even pretend, man. There's no point.
Sad we didn't get a video from Charlie Day.
Yeah.
Who, again, sounds great as Luigi. We didn't get to hear Seth Rogen as DK, which is a little disappointing, but...
Yeah, no voice lines yet, right?
I hope it's just Seth Rogen laughs. I hope DK is literally just Seth Rogen laughs.
Wow, that'd be hilarious. Okay, but let's talk about our next bit of news, because I don't want to be too hung up on the Mario movie today. Because that's small time compared to what else to talk about.
Sales numbers. One of our favorite things to cover on this channel. We got shocking news. Nintendo Switch Pocket Monsters Scarlet and Violet, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, has sold over 10 million units worldwide within 3 days. So it has sold in 3 days over 10 million units worldwide, 4.05 million in Japan. It is the highest number ever. Let me repeat that one more time. Highest number ever for global and domestic sales in the first 3 days after the release of software for all Nintendo game consoles. All Nintendo game consoles, including the Switch.
That is correct. It is breaking records in inglorious fashion, if I could use that word there.
It's the fastest selling and best selling Pokemon game within this launch period. Fastest selling Nintendo Switch game. Fastest selling Nintendo game. It's breaking all the goddamn records.
Yeah, keep in mind that when Byron says all Nintendo titles, this includes the original release of Red, Blue, and Yellow. So
yeah, all. Literally all. A-L-L, all of them.
So here's why that's absolutely dog water news. So it is no secret that Scarlet and Violet did not release in a very well polished or completed state. And, I don't think we've gone over it too much on the channel about my personal feelings on the matter in regards to video games being released
you were
in a completed state.
Well, you were going to save them for a couple episodes later when we do our best and worst games of 2022.
Yeah, but I feel like now's probably a really good time to just go into it.
You can give your brief thoughts on it.
Yeah, we're going to be brief on this because the next bit of news, oh boy.
Yeah.
So, long story short, the reason why this sucks is because if a game as unpolished and as incomplete as Scarlet and Violet is going on pace to possibly be the best-selling Nintendo video game ever, the fans for Pokemon are never going to get a polished or completed Pokemon game ever again on release. Just straight up. And to me, that is very sad.
I was gonna say, you could maybe argue against your statement of it not being complete. Unpolished, definitely. But
it definitely needed a few more months minimum.
Yeah, it needed more time in the oven. As we covered on our last episode with some of the hilarious glitches.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I actually enjoyed my playthrough of it. I ended up attending the game for a friend. I did not personally purchase it from Nintendo. Just want to put that out there. Yeah. I did. I think the game has a lot to enjoy there underneath all the muck that is the FPS issues, the bugs, and all that.
Yeah.
It's just such a shame that, the gaming industry as a whole is just kind of rewarded for these incredibly, terrible practices.
Yeah. I think, though, the thing that does it, why this is the fastest, it's the Pokemon game. If you were to ask an older Pokemon fan, what's your Pokemon game? Scarlet and Violet is close to what that potential realization is, which is an open world Pokemon game.
That is correct. And honestly builds on the premise that Legends Arceus did earlier in the year, because Legends Arceus kind of had more sandbox world, kind of Monster Hunter or even Super Mario Odyssey. Yeah. Whereas this is a full-blown open world game. And that comes with, all of its benefits, but also with all these flaws, and it's very obviously incomplete state.
Yeah.
So we don't want to beat up on it too much because, again, the next topic I'm going to really
Yeah,
go crazy over.
speaking of things that are getting beaten up on, I hope you like that segue, Slade.
Oh my god.
So I'm gonna give the intro. I don't know too much about this topic. This is something out of my wheelhouse. Slade will take over from here, but the Smash Brothers series of tournaments event, Smash World Tour, will not be happening for the 2023 season, which was set to start in about a couple weeks' time. Slade, go.
That is correct. So this is going to be pretty long. So everybody buckle in because I have a lot to say. We're going to first go over the official statement. I'm not going to go over every single bit of it to, obviously respect all your guys' time. We're going to leave links to pretty much everything in our description.
Links will be down below if you want to read up on more, but
yeah. So long story short, back in April or earlier this year, there was it wasn't in writing, but it was a spoken agreement between Smash World Tour and Nintendo that they were going to run a circuit and that they were not going to shut it down for IP infringement or anything like that. There was 4 statements that Nintendo reassured VG Bootcamp, the people behind Smash World Tour, on that they reassured them that Nintendo is only looking to shut down IP infringement and related to game mods like Slippy and stuff like that. Not anything that was like unlicensed like the Smash World Tour itself, or like just people trying to play the game.
Yeah,
right?
nothing out of the nothing out of the ordinary for Nintendo. Nintendo hates emulators anyways that aren't their own. So
yeah, that's not exactly news. So they reassured them of that. Point number 2, and we're going to go into this quite a bit. The Panda Global CEO does not represent Nintendo, and they would have a conversation with him about his behavior. We're going to go a lot into that after this. They reminded us and reassured us that Panda's license is not exclusive and that they can see 2 circuits coexisting. That they reminded us that Nintendo's goal is not to gatekeep or trap the community, and that the license guidelines would be accessible and clear. So what do we mean about all the information in regards to Panda Global? So 1 month after the announcement of Smash World Tour in April, back in May, Panda Global announced that they were going to have their own circuit to declare a world champion called the Panda Cup.
Yeah.
So the stark difference between the Panda Cup and the Smash World Tour is that the Panda Cup was licensed and officially partnered with Nintendo. And which at the time we thought was great news.
Yeah, I was gonna say we actually covered that months ago. iCard will be somewhere on the screen if you want more info on that announcement at the time.
Yeah, like I said, at the time we viewed it as insanely great news that Nintendo is finally being more involved in partnering with something, but we didn't realize the implications of what that meant for the community as a whole. Especially when it came to the Smash World Tour that was already previously announced and already running. So, Panda Global CEO, Alan, has been going around the community to like tournament organizers and whatnot, has basically been trying to strong arm them into partnering with the Panda Cup exclusively and to not license any of their tournaments out or like count their results towards the Smash World Tour. So we have a couple of specific examples. The largest example being a very famous Smash tournament series that's an invitational that has been going on, I want to say, for damn near a decade and a half now, Beyond the Summit. So Beyond the Summit, being ran by L Deep, stated that he was approached by Panda Global and was told it would be a shame if your event got shut down for being unlicensed in an effort to scare him into signing on to the cup, the Panda Cup. Obviously, he did not take that threat, lying down, and basically gave the Panda Cup a big middle finger and said, no, we're going to do what we want to do. And Beyond the Summit will never, ever be affiliated in any way whatsoever with the Panda Cup. So, long story short, that happened, I think, all the way back in, I think, July or so. And they've been going around to basically all these tournament organizers and doing the exact same thing. Well, during this time, the Smash World Tour, the people organizing VG Bootcamp, have been in what seemed to be constant communication with Nintendo. Nintendo would kind of go like radio silent on them, but through no lack of effort on VG Bootcamp's part, Nintendo's responses to them always came slowly, which for anybody who's ever dealt with Nintendo in regards to the Smash community, this is pretty normal, right?
Yeah.
Long story short, they received a notice, I think, the week of Thanksgiving, that Nintendo demanded the shutdown of the Smash World Tour tournament event, which was supposed to happen in 2 weeks from now.
They got the notice Thanksgiving Eve, mind you.
Yeah, possibly there's never a good time to get this notice, but right
before Thanksgiving. Goddamn.
All right, so let's go into details about why the Panda Cup made such insidious moves behind the scenes and why this is such a huge deal for the community overall. So the Smash World Tour, possibly the first ever, and the pandemic was a large reason why it wasn't successful in 2020 or 2021.
21.
I'm 21 mostly, but Byron and I have covered that on the channel previously with the cancellation of the Big House with the Slippy controversy.
Yeah.
But long story short, this was going to be the first large major circuit for the Smash community for both Ultimate as well as Melee.
Yeah, I believe the prize pools were $250,000 each for each game.
That's correct. $250,000 for Ultimate, $250,000 for Melee. This was the biggest event possibly of all time. Everybody was super excited for this. That's nothing to say in regards to that doesn't even go into ad revenue, sponsorships, things like that. This was the first legitimate strive into making Smash as a universally recognized as a professional esport. Yep. Right. This was a really huge deal for the community that has been trying to build this up for well over 15 plus years.
Yeah.
So to see it, end like this is obviously pretty terrible, but what makes this so terrible, in terms of Nintendo's approach to this, is they assured them that the Panda license was not exclusive and that they could see the two circuits coexisting.
Yeah, and Nintendo, we're trying to work with both of them. So could you throw a little bit of shit in Nintendo? Yes, absolutely. But Nintendo aren't the ones, I think. And some people are directing the anger towards Nintendo, and there are things to be mad at Nintendo for. I don't think in this case the main target needs to be Nintendo.
No, I'm completely with you on this, because Nintendo has obviously done a lot of really terrible things to the community. Trying to shut down EVO back in 2013, when it was a tournament that was quite literally built into existence by a charity drive, was pretty scummy.
Yeah.
They, obviously reversed that decision in the end, but nobody's ever forgotten that. Mm-hmm. To shut down the Big House, a tournament that was going to be featured mostly online with support for Slippy during a pandemic year in order to keep the community alive and well during the pandemic.
Yeah, that was just a why, Nintendo? Just
why? Nintendo's obviously no stranger to bending over and fucking the Smash community. Pardon my French. But in this case scenario, it seemed like Panda made efforts to just completely and totally destroy the Smash World Tour. I don't think it's necessarily because they don't want another circuit to coexist, but this is more of a very insidious plan to basically monopolize streaming and holding tournaments for Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, because I guess we'll get into this one now. There was an official statement put out by VG Bootcamp in that at the moment their future is uncertain in regards to running major tournaments, but as of right now, based on recent communications with Nintendo, we would be putting ourselves at further risk if we continued forward with our current plans. We are hopeful that this does not mean that we will not be running major events in 2023, just that our future is currently uncertain.
Yeah, so long
That
story
ain't
short,
good.
for people, no, this is absolutely horrible. So, I think the community can feel whatever way they want to about Gimmer. I think Gimmer had his own fair share of controversy and issues, but nobody's gonna argue that the people who have put the most into the Smash community, in terms of money, time, livelihoods, passion, nobody has done more for the Smash community than VG Bootcamp. I don't think anybody can argue that or dispute that. To see them effectively being shoved out the door and their futures and their livelihoods being put at stake due to the greed of Alan and Panda Global is just absolutely horrible and ridiculous.
Yeah, because they had to cancel their Glitch, Duel of Fates, and Double Down 2023 events, with their Level Up Expo still running all tournaments. But yeah, they're apologizing to the team, partners, players who've registered, playing their schedules, everyone. To be told transparent, they're still figuring out what they're gonna do, but much of it is up in the air. They're hopeful things will turn around, and they will keep everyone in the loop if any event statuses change.
Yeah, so let's talk about the overall picture now, because we've kind of painted the story of what's going on. So, for many of the Smash community, including myself, they have made a decision to boycott all events associated with Panda Global, the Panda Circuit, the Panda Cup, all that jazz. And that doesn't just include going to their tournaments, but also includes tuning into them, watching people stream them, anything involved in Panda Global whatsoever. Essentially, the community is going to try to make them, kind of ostracized and ultimately irrelevant by not paying attention to them, right? Which I think is the correct thing to do in this situation, because it just really sucks, because this isn't the death of one global circuit. It's essentially the death of two of them, because people, the Smash community in particular, especially the Melee community, are not going to take this lying down, because the Smash World Tour, up until this moment, was probably the best thing to ever happen to competitive Super Smash Brothers. And to see this very dark and insidious attempt to take it down from Panda Global and Alan is just absolutely and utterly dog shit.
Yeah,
I'm not going to mince words with you guys. This is horrible. This is absolutely horrible.
Yeah, there's multiple quote tweets I'm seeing. Some people have even canceled being VIPs at events. Let me try to find that tweet, because I think it was from a pro player. Yeah. LG Meister canceled main stage to prioritize on the Smash World Tour. Canceled a concert where it's going to be VIP cover the event. All gone. Other people have been like, this is going to fucking suck. Some people are in legit insane behavior. Some have even said, Griffin Miller, aka Fatality Falcon, have said, yeah, fuck the Panda Cup. I ain't fucking going.
And he's not the only one. You also have top players like Spargo from Mexico, is the number 2 player down there. One of the top 5 players in the entire world. He's canceled. I'm sure we're going to see statements from MK Leo, as well as other very popular Ultimate players. And obviously, I don't think I need to speak for the Melee community. I think the one thing the Melee community has proven time and again over the past 2 decades is that there is a lot of solidarity within the community, and they will unite and band against any attempt to take them down. So do not expect to see any Melee top player. I understand that people like IBBW are partnered with Panda Global, and I think it's literally in their contracts that they have to compete at these events, or whatever. But I think you're going to see a lot of contracts being torn up by Panda top players, and we're actually already seeing one with one of their commentators that was just brought onto the team.
Yeah, Slade was telling me this beforehand, that TK Breezy had signed with Panda a few weeks ago, and then apparently on his stream, is looking for a job. And I'm like,
Yeah. Now, to be fair, he's actually been job hunting for like a little while, and it's a meme, but like,
yeah, but still,
like, holy,
oh, that's gotta fucking suck, though, man. That's gotta fucking suck, but.
Yeah, so honestly, this whole thing is just absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
So,
oh yeah, and not just Melee, Ultimate will also be affected by this.
Like I said, Ultimate and Melee, I think you're going to see a lot of solidarity there. Usually, like, the two communities are at odds for one reason or another because, oh, well, this game is in Melee, it's not as good. And then fucking the Brawl / Smash 4 / Ultimate community kind of get hurt in their feelings because, like, obviously they love the games that they play and they support them and they don't like hearing anybody talk bad about them.
Yeah.
Long story short, none of that matters right now.
Yeah.
None of that matters right now because this affects both communities absolutely horribly. And I think that we're going to see a mass boycott of the Smash World Tour. So why did we make it a point to bring this episode to you guys tonight on a weekday? When you guys know our days are usually Sundays and we typically don't do recordings in the middle of the week unless like we absolutely like need to, but like last news week was pretty weak for the most part outside the Pokemon news.
Yeah, but then we had this drop and we're like, well, let's do it. Let's get it up.
I personally wanted to bring this episode to you guys, you know, whether it comes out tonight or it comes out Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
Because I was a lot of people don't actually know this that watch our show. I was formerly a competitive Super Smash Brothers player. So for the last 10 years, I played, you know, Brawl, Smash 4, and Melee competitively. I dropped out when Ultimate came out, obviously, because, you know, life happens and, you know, kind of a little bit on the older side of things. But I have a lot of love for Super Smash Brothers, this community, what it's done for my life. And when I see things like this, it absolutely wrecks me because I feel like the Smash community has done nothing but be passionate about these games that they have played for so long that they have loved so much, only for every single time that they have, you know, tried to grow or they've tried to like become bigger or better in a public light, get struck down, whether it's by Nintendo, by some outside force, by anything. It just feels like every single time this community tries to take a step forward and legitimize itself, something just has to happen every time. And 99% of the time it's Nintendo. And we won't, you know, we aren't saying that, you know, Nintendo don't have their issues with this, but seeing it from a company that was literally created by the Smash community.
Yeah.
As in born and raised in our grassroots scene, try to do this to our scene is devastating. It's absolutely fucking horrible. And it breaks my heart. So I have one thing to ask of all of you guys. I don't know if you guys follow Smash Brothers competitively or not. I'm not saying you have to for one reason or another. All I ask is this. You see any Panda Global event, whether it's like on Twitch or you see it on YouTube or whatever, do not click it. Do not give them the ad revenue. Do not watch them. Do not respond to them. Honestly, if you've already been ignoring them, please continue to do so because we cannot reward this kind of thing in our community. Because ultimately what this is an attempt by Panda Global to shut down or unite every grassroots scene under their banner. And if you do not comply, they will kill you. That's essentially what they're trying to do. And it's absolutely horrible. It's monopolizations in any facet or medium, like any company or anything like that, are obviously terrible. And to see it happen in a community I grew up in and that I absolutely love really breaks my heart.
Yeah, and like, from my perspective, it was cool reading that, like, knowing, oh, hey, Nintendo's gonna let 2 World Tour-esque events happen at the same time. From my perspective, it's like, okay, that's pretty fucking cool. Have 2 different tournaments running, see which one people like more. Or maybe there's cross-pollination with the viewership. Like, I thought that was cool.
No, I thought it was cool too, but I think it became increasingly obvious due to the larger prize pool the better community effort in regards to like interaction, stuff like that, and the higher viewer counts for the Smash World Tour affiliate tournaments, it became very clear that the Smash World Tour was inherently more popular and was going to be more successful than the Panda Cup.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably the largest reason why this happened. But if we allow this to happen, then there's nothing stopping Panda Global from shutting down local scenes, regional scenes, major tournaments, international tournaments. Essentially, they're basically like, we're the only ones with the license with Nintendo, and you either comply and fall under our banner or die.
Yeah,
and that's terrible.
And at least as of right now, don't harass any of the people associated with Panda Global who are not the CEO, because it seems like it's just the work of maybe the CEO and maybe whoever's under him that does the work or whatever, but not like the faces that you like see that have like the Panda Global branding on the stream. They might not have even been aware that this whole situation was happening until it came to light.
Yeah, to be very clear, some players sponsored by Panda Global are already speaking out against this at the risk of losing their own sponsorship contracts, all that.
Yeah.
Because they know this isn't right. And you even have some avowing to leave the organization, like IBDW, for example. So, like, please do not go and harass the players or the content creators or anything like that. They have absolutely nothing to do with this.
Honestly, unless shown otherwise, because this is a developing story. If there's more details, we will come back in our typical schedule of record on Saturday or Sunday, post it on Sunday, with more information, if need be, if there is more. Because, again, this is an ongoing story, breaking literally in the past couple of hours, so, or at least hours at the time we're recording this, anyways.
Yeah, so if we end up getting more news, obviously we're going to break that to you guys. As I said, don't go attacking anybody involved, not personally or anything like that. But I will not say do not shame Alan, the CEO of Panda Global, the way it is. By all means, if you guys name and shame him, I have no problem with that. Again, don't threaten his family or anything like insidious like that. But definitely make it a point to put it in his face, hey, this is absolutely fucking terrible. And we will not support any of your products or anything involving Panda so long as you continue to make these decisions. So that's my thoughts and feelings on the matter. I'm sorry. Usually I don't get super duper like emotional on here for anything whatsoever. I mean, usually like the worst that happens is I cry about how the Game Awards are rigged and like shit like that.
Yeah, fucking.
Yeah, but like this is something that was very personal to me, and I think something needs to be done about. We're going to continue to follow the situation to see if the community takes any specific steps in response to this. Yeah. As we find out more, we will bring it to you guys. So thank you very much for watching again. This has been Slade.
And this has been Byron. We'll keep you updated with the gaming news each and every week. See you all next time.